1 year ago, I showed everyone my sniper settings for Black Ops Cold War. The video blew up. Everyone loved my sniper settings, so today I'll be showing you all my updated sniper settings for Vanguard. 2022, new year, new settings. So, we're going to start with the most important setting first of all, this white box. You need to make sure it hits the edges of your monitor. So, if I do this, my left and right side is fine. If I go up and down, that is perfect. So you see a white border around your screen. 120Hz refresh rate. If you guys are on a new gen console, this is an extra option. If you have a 120Hz monitor, this means you can enable it. I sadly don't, so I have it off. For my brightness, I use 62. The reason I use 62 instead of 100 is because in this game, if you use 100, it looks like you've been flashbanged. Color customization. A lot of people don't realize this is an actual feature, but I use filter 2. The color filter target, I have it as interface. The color filter intensity, I will stick this to 100 because I want it to be as bright as possible so it stands out. World color filter intensity, this is default is 75. The HUD color palette, I have it as default. U color, which is yourself, is usually orange. I made myself yellow because it's a lot more brighter. Team color, I make it more darker so it stands out. Same with the party color, I make it a darker green, and the enemy color I've kept default. Now field of view is crazy. This is why we start with the graphics tab. The default field of view, okay? So when you're playing, this is what it looks like, you know? It just looks like a normal game, obviously. I am on 60 field of view, so I'm gonna go to 70. You guys might not notice a huge difference, but already I can see the shed at the far left. That is now visible. Some people will be defaulted to 80. 80 isn't as bad. As you guys can see, you can almost see the edge of the stairs. You can almost see the full shed. 80 is not good enough. If we go 90, you can almost see the very far right entranceway and the stairs and the doorway and almost the full shed. 100 though. 100, you guys can see the full shed, the full doorway, you guys can see all of this, you can see the stairs, you can see the shed. Use 103, okay? This is the setting I use so I can see everything clear. However, if you guys want to be overkill, which a lot of people like to do, you can keep going up. This is 120 and right away, just from staring at the middle of the screen, I can see both edges of the map. If you guys want to use 120, if you guys want to use 100 plus, you guys can do what you want, but just know that if you change your field of view, you can actually see. Also, there is a show more option. It gives you the ADS field of view. So if my field of view is different, my ADS field of view should be different, so it's affected. For my camera movement, I use 50%. Everybody says my game looks really good, and that is because I have world motion blur and weapon motion blur off. Depth of field, make sure this is off. This setting here, fidelity, effects, make sure this is off if you guys have the issue of packet loss. Master volume, you should have it as 100, but since I am recording with like my recording software, I can change it on my PC. Music volume, I feel like this puts me off, so I have it to 10. Dialogue volume is when you get some kills and the commentator starts to speak. I have it as half volume so it doesn't throw off my gameplay. So if I get 2 kills, he's talking about the intel, he's talking about other stuff. Sound effects volume, I have it as 100 because you want to hear footsteps as loud as possible. There's a drop down under the sound effects volume called show more. Hit marker volume, I have this as 80. The hit marker sound effects, I have it to the Vanguard hit marker sound. I actually like it, believe it or not. I know some people like the old school hit marker sound effect, which is classic. Audio mix, I use night mode. Now, I haven't had an issue in night mode. I can hear enemies clear as day. Killstreak music, if you guys are using Juggernauts, I hope you click off this video and uninstall your game. Mono audio, make sure this is off. Voice chat, please put this on, guys. You don't need to speak, but it's good to be able to hear enemies because it is funny to hear them. Voice chat volume is at 60. Microphone volume, I go 35 because I don't want to be extremely loud so I get muted. Voice chat effect, put no effect on. Interface, background blur. This is only in the lobby when you guys are searching for a match, but I have it off. Subtitles, I would turn this off. So for the mini-map shape, I use square because as you guys can see, I can see more on the map. And if I can see more, it's better than having a round one where it gets cut off. Minimap rotation, once again, this is preference. Crosshair bobbing, I would keep it on just so it shows you like an accurate representation. In-game alert icons, I have off. Pretty sure this is a setting everybody has came to my video for because everybody knows that my aim is very good in Call of Duty. And the reason for that is the settings. So there is 2 different controller settings. I'll go through the first one and then the gameplay. Starting off, aim and input device controller. So for my horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, I have 20. I'm very good with 20 because I've practiced with it. However, the reason I also use it is so I can react quicker, not just so I can 360. I can react quicker than if I was getting shot at and then it would take me about 5 minutes to get to them and then shoot them, you know? If you guys are not used to 20 and you don't want to use 20, you can slowly work your way up by going on, let's say 16 and 16. It's not as fast, but as you guys can see, 16 is still very fast, you know? So you guys can slowly work your way up. The way I got used to 20 is I used 16 for a couple of days until I got used to it. Went up by 17, got used to that for a couple of days, 18, then 19, and then 20. Ground vehicle sensitivity and air vehicle sensitivity, they're both defaulted as 1. ADS sensitivity multiplier, and the reason it is padlocked is because the option below it is called custom sensitivity presume. Turn this on, then you can change your sensitivity by clicking the little drop down, and it shows you all your different unique sensitivities. My high zoom is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Iron sights for guns such as SMGs and assault rifles, I have a 0.80. When I'm on iron sights, it's not as fast. This again is dependent on the scope you use on your guns. When you're on your gun and go in your optics, it tells you the magnification. So mine is 1.35. 1.5, 1.3, 2.5, 4 to 8. Whatever attachment you use reflects these settings. My button layout is default, and this option here, if you have it off, you shoot with your triggers. My vertical aim on foot is going to be standard. Vertical aim on vehicles, again, I use standard. Air vehicles, standard. Now, aim response curve type. This is another setting that's really important, and I hope you guys take note of this. Dynamic. Some people will always be on standard. This is like the default is standard. No, use dynamic. I was right last year, and you guys need to trust me this year. Controller vibration, make sure this is off. This is a huge distraction. Trigger effect, I just want to shoot and aim, so I have it off. Weapon fire threshold, I have it off as well. The advanced controls, this is where everybody's going to copy my sensitivity, and I'm all for it. So my ADS sensitivity transition and timing, instant. ADS sensitivity multiplier, steady aim, I have this on 1. Stick layout preset, I use default. Controller orientation, I use up. ADS stick swap, I have off. And here is my dead zones. So my L2 button and my R2 button input is 0. The moment I even slightly touch my trigger, the bullet will shoot. Or if I even slightly touch my left trigger, it will aim down sight. My left stick and right stick, this is going to be 7. Now, a lot of people always get this confused. What this is, if you put your controller down and then flick to the right, do not touch your controller, right? Flick and don't touch. If you look closely, you can see my controller is slowly drifting. That is called stick drift. So to compensate for that, my right analog stick that I use to look around, if it drifts, you need to up this, okay? The more higher the number is, the less it'll stick drift. So for the left stick max input and the right stick max input, I have it is 96. The higher, the better. So just so you guys know, this should be 0, 0, 100, 100. But you need to compensate for stick drift, okay? You always need to compensate for it. So I've got 7, 7, 96, 96, and it has worked perfect for me. So target aim assist mode on, show more, and it gives you this option called target aim assist mode. I use precision. Everybody I have watched does not use this setting, and it triggers me. This is why I've kind of made the video, because nobody uses dynamic and precision. Nobody realizes how strong this is, so I could just spin, dead. It looks like hacks because obviously I managed to get used to it, and you guys will get used to it too. ADS aim assist, this doesn't actually affect multiplayer. You could technically have it off. Weapon mounting, I have it as ADS plus melee. Weapon mount movement exit, I have is on, and I have prolong. Depleted ammo weapon switch, I have off. Blind fire, not a lot of people know what this setting is, and I don't blame you. That is blind fire. Automatic airborne mantle, I have this off. Click show more, and I have it as off and off. Off and off and off, all three off, means that when I jump in jump shot, it doesn't mantle me. If you want the mantle, you just double jump. Mantle stance queuing, I have on. For automatic sprint, I use automatical tactical sprint. This means that when I run, my gun goes in the air. I am always running as fast as possible. There's only one downside to this, and that is when you're running, it takes a second to pull your gun out. So to get around this is you just run when you know there's no enemies nearby. If there's enemies nearby, you just walk. Auto move forward, I have off. Sprint cancels reload is a great feature. So when you're reloading and an enemy comes nearby and you're reloading, you're gonna die. Unless you have sprint cancels reload. If I sprint, I can cancel the animation. Sprint indoor bash, I have this is on. Parachute auto deploy, I have this is off. Slide behavior, I have tap. Aim down sight behavior, I have is hold. Equipment behavior is hold. Steady aim behavior, I have hold. Automatic weapon fire behavior, I have hold. This setting here, you guys better take note of this because everybody dies because of this main setting right here. The reason you want prioritized reload is because when you reload, it reloads your gun first, and then if you want to interact with something, it'll interact after. I hope this settings video helped, guys. If it did, make sure to drop a like. This settings video will be my up-to-date one, and if anything changes, check the pinned comment and I will put anything that gets changed in there. 2022 is going to be a great year, so I hope you guys subscribe and stick around.